Hi guys, my name is Meets. This is going to be a review for movie realization, and we have the Teppo Ashigaru Sandtrooper. And this is really cool looking, and looking forward into it, and I really like this particular figure line. Got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you're interested. Here's the box art, and he's using that huge cannon, or what seems to be, looks like a blunderbuss to me. Here we go. On the side, on the back, kind of features the other movie realization figures. We have the Ashigaru Stormtrooper right there, and I think it's the first, the Taisho Darth Vader. It's not the one with the Death Star. It's a little different. Kind of tells you a little bit more what's in here. Really nice. Here we go. Of course, gotta have Disney there. And let's see what else is there. I think that's pretty much it. So a little bit of unboxing here, and as always, you're gonna have this little introduction a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Nice touch. Get your instructions here, which kind of standard for all of them. Tells you how to place each one. Huh. So that's nice how you can actually move the flint, or the flintlock, or the hammer thing. Nice. Yeah, I think this just folds over. Not much inside there. Alright. So in here, we got quite a bit of accessories here. We have the backpack here. We have the sheet. We got the katana. This particular one, I believe it's the arquebus, or kind of like it's like a musket rifle. Then you have this huge cannon. I think Teppo stands for Iron Cannon, and it looks like a blunderbuss to me. Kind of wonder if they're gonna go jump to like the pirate, maybe later on. It'll be nice. Then you also have a variety of hands here, and there we go. All right, let's do an unboxing and let's check out the figure. All right, we got the figure here, the Teppo Ashigaru Sandtrooper. And actually, first off, I'm not too familiar with the specifics of well, the Star Wars characters or the figures, so just bear with me. Although I do kind of get certain characteristics, like this one. The Sandtrooper always has this like shoulder puller on here, or the huge armor, and I think it also comes with either white or red. So it'll be interesting if they ever release those variants. And yeah, really nice details. You got that kind of off-white color, like cream, kind of like a bone color, or like your teeth, I guess. But it's nice. I like how they've detailed it. It's quite nice. And moving on with articulation. So we have the neck here. It's double jointed to the base of the neck and as well as the base of the head. Quite nice. This whole area here, it's flexible, which is good. This throat guard here has that little joint there, so that's nice as well. This one has the flaps that kind of bends. So for the neck, fairly good articulation there. Now for the shoulder, you have this here. It's connected on a ball joint on top of the shoulder, which is good. I prefer that. That way when you move this whole thing, it goes with it. Sometimes it attaches on the torso and it kind of looks off. You have this part here. It kind of moves. It seems to be connected on the rubbery peg. So you might have a tendency to break off if you're not too careful. So just, well, take caution when you're moving it around. Articulation on the shoulder, it is connected on a ball joint to the torso, and you have this ball joint, the big one here. So fairly good articulation. And now it comes with the elbow. Now for the elbow, you got fairly good articulation with the double joint. It does leave a bit of a gap there, but it's not too bad. And You also have a bit of a bicep swivel, but it's quite stiff. So there's a tendency to bend it on the elbow here. So it is connected on a straight peg, but if you work with it and that kind of crispy crackling, you're able to move that or they have that bicep swivel. Or, well, not quite. It's actually quite on that base of the bolt joint right there. But it's doable. Just be careful though when you do this. And it's one of those you gotta kind of break it in. Same on the other side. You got this giant armor connected on a peg joint right there. I kind of find this lower part here a bit lacking. Kind of wish there's a little bit more. Likewise, you got same articulation, and you got the bicep swivel, which again, you kind of have to break in. Moving on, you have this waist area here, which is, I believe it's double jointed with the long peg. So there we go. So not much restriction, and it's fairly good articulation on that part. Now for the waist, this whole thing is kind of like your floating one. Even the underneath part, the black part there, it's in that soft material. There's really not much that you can do with the little sword here, which is supposed to be, I think, like a way for them to do a seppuku, or an honorable way to die, or just, yeah, by killing themselves. But this is not. I kind of wish you can, but they've had this with the other ones, which is just there, which kind of sucks. Same thing here. It's just details molded in. So the only thing that moves is this handle here for the sheet, which we'll go over in a bit, and you got that hinge. I guess it's not too bad. And then you got this leg armor here. It's kind of like a mat. It's I think just pegged in. Articulation wise, you can go this high, not much because of how big that leg is. You can move this high up, but it's one of those you don't want to keep in that position. So even though if you want to keep him on the kneeling pose or one kneel pose, you don't want to do that, because this might just end up, like even now you can see it kind of just stretched out. So unfortunately the best ones here to kind of keep everything intact is have him standing, or maybe just a little wide stance, not too bad. But for the legs or the waist area, it's not too bad. It's fairly good for him. He has quite a bit of an armor. Now for the knee, there we go. Same on the other side. It is double jointed, but it's not too bad. I don't think there is a thigh swivel. Well, maybe a little bit, but that's just part of the joint right there. And last but not least, you have the ankle joint here, which you can rotate. So that's fairly good. You can do a wide stance. So yeah, I like that ankle joint. There is no toe joint though. And that's pretty much it for the articulation. Alright, let's get to the fun part where we're gonna attach different assortments of accessory. Alright, so first, let's start with this. So you got your katana here, you got the sheath, which you can slide out. It's quite nice. It's fairly the same as the Stormtrooper. Let me just bring him out real quick here for comparison. So it's almost the same. Maybe it's painted a little different, but it's the same. It's standard issue. Alright, so here we go. Just slides in there. Quite nice. Otherwise, well, we can go over the variety of hands, but actually, why not? We should just go over that. Hold on while I try to chase that hand sliding on my desk. So let's pop this off. It's supposed to be a bolt joint right there. pop this in. There we go. You can notice this is my first time putting that on. Alright, so let's just slide this in. I don't think I have problems with the paint. Well, I'm hoping I don't. So, yep, no issues with the paint yet. And for the most part, he holds it fairly good. I mean, there's a little bit of slack, or it's a little bit loose, but it's in there and it doesn't just slide off. So that's nice. And some might say that they probably prefer the sword to be longer. You know, it's not crazy as you've seen in anime. Actually, you would prefer it to be a little short. That way, when you're in close combat, or if there's some walls or trees, you don't get caught on that. And you can unsheath your sword quite easily, as opposed to having a really long one. So yeah. It's quite nice for the sword right there, or the katana. Or I'm hoping it's just too many swords, and depending on what length they are or how they're designed, it could be named differently. Our next accessory is this giant backpack. Well, not giant, but it's quite huge. It actually has a little bit of weight on it. There's a lot of plastic on this, a lot of details. It's quite nice. Actually, can you even move that? I thought you can. Like, it looks like a handle, but no. Yep. So it does resemble the backpack the Sandtrooper has, and there is a peg right there. It's a little bit tricky to plug it in, but just gotta go with it. There we go, and it stays on there. I'm kind of curious, does it make him back heavy? It's possible, so you might have to kind of lean him forward a little bit, or if he's wearing or holding the gun, I think it'll be fine. Speaking of which, let's go over the guns. So the first one is this rifle right here. I believe this is the arquebus, or arquebus. There's probably different names to it. Look like it has a muzzle right there. Nice details, and as we've seen in the instruction, you can move this, I guess the flint or the hammer that ignites, or actually no. You put your match there, I believe, then you have gunpowder there. Then when you pull the trigger, or maybe flick this, it will spark that and shoot your projectile. You get the Death Star right there. Or just a star, I guess. Not a Death Star. But yeah, nice details. It's slightly weathered. You can kind of see the brown on the silver. It's quite nice. I like this. I don't think there's a way for you to stash this. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe. Nah. I kind of wish there was a way. Maybe you can probably go between the waist there and use this as support, and I guess that kind of works. Yeah, because if you're using the other huge cannon, you may want to store it somewhere. But anyways, moving on, let's go ahead and put this on. Let's see how hard this one. So alright, so I guess it goes like that. There we go. We'll just slide this in here and have the other hand to support it. There we go. Actually, let me work on that. Alright, so I kind of find it a little awkward to actually hold a gun like this, but you gotta work with your wrist and your elbow for the Sandtrooper, and yeah, whoops. There we go. So it's not too bad, and this hand works quite well. And let's try the other one right here, the huge cannon. So this is quite amazing. You even have the barrel there. It's actually a bit hollow. Let's see if I can show, but not too much. It'll be cool if you could actually have kind of like an effect part here. Especially you have that, maybe put a bit of blue tack and some of those muzzle fire. That'll be great. And maybe a little bit of a cotton ball here or somewhere to kind of emulate the smoke. Yeah. You got a really small handle here too. So it's kind of like an exaggerated rifle or an iron cannon. Yeah, I still think it's a look like a blunderbuss. You have a movable match here. Yep, same thing. And I like that. That's again the little details adds to the overall for the figure. It's quite nice. Yeah. All right. So let's see how this works. Actually, I haven't mentioned. So other than the closed fist, you have the trigger finger hand, and you actually have it on both left and right. You get a pair for that. Same way with this support. You have a pair on, or you have one on the right, so you can have them either left or right-handed. And other than that, like I mentioned before, you have a pair for the swords. So it's great to have a pair for everything. You know, even though for the most part a lot of people are right-handed, but there's people who are left-handed too, and certain parts like the sword, you can see people holding it with the left even though they're right-handed. Alright, so we'll get that on and get that ball joint back there. Alright, so I'm hoping that the ball joint stays there. Now we get to a problem. The problem is this hand here is designed for this one. We get to this part here, there's no way to hold it. Even that pinched area right there, it's just not gonna work. So you're gonna kind of emulate him holding it, just resting it just on top of it, but it kind of looks weird. But this is probably what you want him to hold. It's probably I guess, what's that term? lost of words here sometimes. There's a heavy the heavy blaster, I guess. So this is probably the counterpart. There we go. I was looking for the term counterpart. Sorry about that. Yeah. You probably get the the regular blaster, and then you have the heavy one. Or I think they should have this for the heavy gunner if they ever make one. But yeah, quite nice. And likewise, you can have your Sandtrooper or your regular Stormtrooper hold this as well. You know, just go with that. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, there's just no way. I was also thinking of maybe just supporting it with the forearm. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Just the way this is angled. Yeah. So you may want to just do that. Kind of just rest it. Yeah. Yeah. I wish they could just give you an extra hand or another pair of hands. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the review. Let's bring the Stormtrooper again and let's just do a quick comparison. Alright, so a comparison with the Stormtrooper. And one thing you'll notice that the Stormtrooper is actually wider in color comparison with the Sandtrooper, which has a little bit more yellow on him. But I think for the most part, the mold is the same. Other than the shoulder, even the short guard is a little bit different. But overall, it's kind of like the same mold. And what else we can say about this? Oh, price point. It's about $75. For this one, it's a little bit different. Some people think that it's kind of close to the figure arts, but they're actually a little bit taller. They're more close to the 7-inch line as opposed to your figure arts, which is the 6-inch line. Now for scale wise, I think the figure arts are 112. This might be close to 110. and they more closely resemblance to the SIC Kamen Rider. They actually kind of share the same joint, with that a bit bigger for the elbow and the knee, which actually I kind of like that. Yeah, so this is really nice, and I think that's pretty much it for this review. Again, I got my from Tatsu Hobby, and it's available still. I'll provide the link down below. And what else could I say about this? I cannot wait for the upcoming releases. Although it's kind of weird that they've shown a preview for the Spider-Man. So Spider-Man will have its own kind of like samurai look. Although I kind of wish they can still continue with the Star Wars. They could make a Kylo Ren. What else is there? Even a Darth Maul. That would be cool. Or even make a Samurai Jedi. They need to make one as well for the other side. But yeah, so far I'm really liking this particular line. I really recommend getting at least one. It is a bit expensive, and especially for those who are on a budget. Yeah, it's kind of hard. But if you have to pick between these two, I think you're gonna get a lot more out of the Sandtrooper. Now you got two rifles, and you have the katana still. But if you want to just have a simple and you want to have the classic Stormtrooper, there's that too. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. And if you have any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.